How familiar are you with the glycemic index? Have you ever heard of the glycemic index? The majority of weight loss commercial programs base their science on the glycemic index. Now, I like the glycemic index, and I actually pull from the glycemic index. However, the glycemic index has its faults. It has holes. Now, many of you are probably looking at me saying, what is the glycemic index? Okay, the glycemic index is basically a method used to determine how fast a food converts to sugar in your blood compared to glucose, which is pure sugar. If you look at this banana, when it was tested for the glycemic index, it was given the number 70. The number 70 based on 50 grams of carbohydrates in a single food. So 50 grams of banana. Now, 70 for some people is kind of high. So if you're concerned with your sugar intake, you may avoid bananas. But that's not what I want to share with you. What I want to share with you is one of the big holes in the glycemic index. And that is this banana. They're both bananas. One has spots and one doesn't. They're totally different as far as how they actually are broken down and become sugar in the blood. See, this banana with the spots is highest in sugar and lower in starch, compared to this banana, which doesn't have the spots, is highest in starch and lower in sugar. And that's something that you want to be familiar with. Therefore, when I go to the glycemic index, I'm curious to find out which banana did they test in order to give it the number 70 on the index for the glycemic index. See, when you look at a potato, another great example, a potato is given the number 95. Now, 95 is considered very high on the glycemic index, and that's 50 grams of carbohydrates, right? A single food potato, 95, that's kind of high. Well, potato chips, which are also based on the potato, same amount of carbs, 50 grams of carbohydrates. Well, it's given the number 55. What's the difference? Which one has more nutrition value? The potato, absolutely. Here's the ticker. If you were to add fat to your potato, that means add butter to your potato, you then get the glycemic, the blood sugar response of the potato chips. So adding butter to your potato can actually help you maximize your blood sugar, therefore help you maximize your ability to burn fat. You heard it here first. Diet-free life.